Most people think arthritis is something you just have to live with, a slow and inevitable decline that steals your mobility year by year, but the truth is something as simple as the oil you cook with can quietly fight back every single day against the inflammation that holds you hostage. Imagine waking up in the morning and swinging your legs out of bed without that familiar, sharp catch in your knees, or walking down the stairs without gripping the railing like a lifeline because you are terrified of a fall. For millions of seniors, this fear is not just a thought but a daily reality that shrinks their world until it feels no bigger than a favorite armchair. It is a heartbreak to feel your own body turning against you, to look at your grandchildren and hesitate to pick them up because your back might not handle the weight, or to stare at a jar of pickles that you simply cannot open anymore. If that sounds familiar, I want you to know right now that you are not alone in this struggle, as over 58 million adults are fighting this same silent battle right alongside you. And while modern medicine offers pills that mask the pain, we are here today to uncover a solution that heals from the inside out. I know what joint pain can do to a person's spirit, how it whispers that your best days are behind you and that you should just accept a life that is smaller than it used to be, but I am here to tell you that is a lie. We are going to reclaim your freedom today, not with a prescription pad, but by walking into your kitchen and making a few strategic changes that act as medicine for your aching joints. If you are someone who cares deeply about taking control of your health and refuses to let age define your capabilities, I invite you to click like and subscribe to our channel right now, because every week we bring you practical, trustworthy ways to protect your body and keep you moving on your own terms. We are not just talking about food today, we are talking about freedom. Food today, we are talking about freedom. The freedom to move without grimacing, to garden without paying for it the next day, and to live a life where pain does not dictate your schedule. To understand how we fight this, we have to understand the enemy, which is inflammation, a biological fire that rages inside your joints, degrading cartilage and causing that rusting effect you feel in your knuckles and knees. The standard American diet is like throwing gasoline on that fire, but the right oils act like a cooling rain, extinguishing those flames and allowing your body to repair itself. Our journey begins with the first of our 3 powerhouse oils, a liquid gold that I like to call the quiet hero of the kitchen, flax seed oil. This oil is not for frying or high heat, but its potency as a raw, healing elixir is unmatched because it is packed with alpha-linolenic acid, or ALA, a specific type of plant-based omega-3 fatty acid that is desperately needed by aging bodies. When you consume ALA, your body converts it into compounds that actively block the production of pro-inflammatory cytokines, which you can think of as the messengers that tell your nerves to feel pain and your joints to swell. By interrupting these messengers, flax seed oil quiets the noise of pain before it even reaches your brain. Let me tell you about Harold, a man who thought his woodworking days were over at the age of 68. Harold had spent 40 years building cabinets, but the arthritis in his hands had become so severe that he could no longer hold a chisel without shooting pain radiating up his forearms. He felt like he had lost his purpose, sitting in his living room while his workshop gathered dust, convinced that the part of his life he loved most was gone forever. Harold started introducing just 1 tablespoon of high-quality, cold-pressed flax seed oil into his morning oatmeal, not expecting a miracle, but desperate for any relief. It wasn't overnight, because true healing takes time. But after 3 weeks, Harold noticed that the morning stiffness in his fingers wasn't lasting until noon anymore, it was fading by the time he finished his coffee. By month 2, the swelling had gone down enough for him to grip his tools again, and today, Harold is back in his shop, not because he found a magic pill, but because he gave his body the raw materials it needed to put out the fire in his hands. Flax seed oil is that gentle healer, perfect for drizzling over a salad or mixing into a smoothie, but it has a limitation: it cannot stand the heat. If you try to sauté with flax oil, you destroy its delicate omega-3 structures and turn a healthy food into a harmful one, which brings us to our next essential oil, the sturdy workhorse of your anti-inflammatory kitchen, avocado oil. While flax works quietly in the background, avocado oil is the versatile ally you can rely on for high-heat cooking, roasting, and grilling without worrying about oxidation. But avocado oil is so much more than just a cooking medium. It contains a secret weapon called ASU, or avocado soybean unsaponifiables, a natural extract that has been shown in clinical studies to not only reduce pain but actually stimulate the synthesis of collagen. Think of your joints like a door hinge. Over time, the cartilage that acts as a cushion wears down, leaving bone to grind against bone, which is the source of that excruciating, grating pain. ASU steps in like a master carpenter, helping to rebuild that protective layer and preventing the further breakdown of the cells that line your joints. This is crucial because it moves beyond just masking pain and touches on the realm of actual structural support. Avocado oil is rich in monounsaturated fats and vitamin E, which act as antioxidants to scavenge the free radicals that accelerate the aging of your tissues. It is mild, buttery, and incredibly forgiving in the pan, making it the perfect swap for the inflammatory vegetable oils like corn or soybean oil that might currently be lurking in your pantry. If flaxseed oil is the gentle healer that soothes the fire, avocado oil is the shield that protects the structure of your house. It allows you to roast your vegetables and sear your salmon knowing that the heat isn't destroying the medicine. Now, let's move to the third oil, the ancient ally that has been the cornerstone of the healthiest populations on Earth for centuries, extra virgin olive oil. You might have a bottle of this in your cupboard right now, but you probably don't realize that it contains a natural compound that rivals pharmaceutical painkillers. It's called oleocanthal. When you taste a truly high-quality olive oil, you might notice a peppery kick at the back of your throat that makes you want to cough. That sensation is the oleocanthal working. Scientific research published in major journals like Nature has shown that oleocanthal works on the exact same biological pathways as ibuprofen, inhibiting the COX-1 and COX-2 enzymes that trigger inflammation in the body. This means that drizzling high-quality olive oil on your food is essentially like taking a low dose of natural pain relief with every meal, but without the risk of stomach ulcers or kidney stress that comes with long-term medication use. I want to share the story of Marlene, a 72-year-old grandmother who was heartbroken because she could no longer get down on the floor to play with her grandkids or tend to her beloved rose garden. Marlene's knees were so inflamed that simply walking to the mailbox was a journey she dreaded, and she began to withdraw from her family, feeling like a burden because she couldn't keep up with the activities everyone else enjoyed. She decided to embrace the Mediterranean way of eating, making extra virgin olive oil her primary source of fat, pouring it generously over her greens and dipping her whole grain bread in it instead of using butter. It wasn't just about the oil, it was about the polyphenol, the antioxidants, and that magical oleocanthal building up in her system day after day. 6 months later, Marlene wasn't running marathons, but she was back in her garden, kneeling on a pad and pruning her roses with a smile on her face, and more importantly, she was able to sit on the rug and build block towers with her grandson. She reclaimed her joy not by fighting her body, but by nourishing it with an ancient wisdom that science has finally caught up to. So, we have the gentle healer in flaxseed oil, the sturdy workhorse in avocado oil, and the ancient ally in olive oil, but how do you actually use them to create a transformation in your own life? We don't want you to be overwhelmed, so here is the simple, 3-step plan to integrate these miracles into your daily routine starting tomorrow. First, for breakfast, we are going to focus on the cold application of flaxseed oil. I want you to take 1 tablespoon of cold-pressed flax oil and stir it into your oatmeal after it has cooked and cooled slightly, or blend it into a morning smoothie. This gives you that immediate hit of ALA to start your day by dampening inflammation before it starts. Second, for lunch, we turn to our ancient ally, extra virgin olive oil. Make a large, colorful salad loaded with leafy greens and vegetables, and make your own dressing using 3 parts olive oil to 1 part lemon juice or apple cider vinegar. This ensures you are getting a raw, potent dose of oleocanthal right in the middle of your day, keeping those COX enzymes inhibited and your pain levels managed naturally. Third, for dinner, when you are roasting chicken or sautéing vegetables, reach for the avocado oil. Its high smoke point ensures that you are not introducing free radicals into your body, and the ASU content works overnight to support your cartilage while you sleep. This isn't just a diet, it is a daily protocol for pain management that tastes delicious and treats your body with the respect it deserves. It is easy to feel like the damage is done, to look at X-rays and listen to doctors who tell you that degeneration is just a part of aging, but the human body is miraculously resilient. When you stop poisoning it and start fueling it. By swapping out inflammatory seed oils like sunflower, corn, and canola oil for these three powerhouses, you are removing the fuel from the fire and replacing it with the water of life. Imagine a life where you don't have to calculate every step you take, where you can say yes to a walk in the park, yes to a weekend trip, and yes to playing catch in the yard. This transformation doesn't happen overnight, but it begins with the decision to change what you reach for in the pantry. It is about dignity. It is about looking in the mirror and saying, I haven't given up on myself. You have so much life left to live, and you deserve to live it with mobility, with comfort, and with the freedom to move as you please. We have covered the science of cytokines and prostaglandins, the stories of Harold and Marlene, and the practical application of these oils, but the most important step is the one you take next. Do not let this information just sit in your mind, let it change your grocery list. Throw out the margarine. Get rid of the vegetable oil. Invest in a high-quality bottle of flax, avocado, and olive oil, and view them not as groceries, but as the most important prescription you will ever fill. If this message spoke to you, if you felt a spark of hope that things can get better, I encourage you to join our community. Before you move on, before your attention shifts, before this moment disappears into the noise of daily life, pause for just a few seconds. Because what we're really talking about here is not just joint pain. We're talking about your freedom. We're talking about your ability to stand up without bracing yourself. To walk across a room without that quiet hesitation. To climb stairs without calculating every step. To sit, bend, reach, turn, live, without that constant reminder of discomfort in the background of your life. Joint pain rarely announces itself loudly. It does not arrive like an accident. It creeps in quietly. A stiffness you notice one morning. A dull ache you ignore. A subtle discomfort that feels temporary. But pain has a strange way of negotiating with your life. Slowly, subtly, persistently. You begin adjusting how you move. You avoid certain positions. You stop doing things you once did effortlessly. Not because you want to, but because discomfort slowly begins making decisions for you. And the most dangerous part? This transition is so gradual that many people never truly notice when limitation begins replacing freedom. When caution begins replacing confidence. When adaptation begins replacing vitality. But here is the truth that deserves your full attention. The body is not a passive victim of time. It is responsive. Dynamic. Constantly adapting to the signals you provide every single day. Inflammation is not simply bad luck. Degeneration is not always destiny. Support is not purely genetic. Your tissues are influenced daily, by movement, by recovery, by stress, and profoundly, by what you consistently feed your body. Every meal is chemistry. Every ingredient is instruction. Some choices quietly fuel inflammation. Others help regulate and calm it. Some habits accelerate wear. Others reinforce resilience. And what makes this reality so powerful is also what makes it so hopeful. Small, consistent decisions often create the largest long-term change. Not dramatic overhauls. Not extreme interventions. But subtle, intelligent adjustments repeated over time. Click that subscribe button not as a casual interaction, but as a conscious decision. A decision that your mobility still matters. That your comfort still matters. That your future self, the version of you months and years from now, deserves support, care, and protection starting today. Vital Health exists for one simple reason. To help you make smarter daily choices that quietly strengthen your body instead of slowly working against it. If this video sparked even the smallest shift in your thinking, share it. Send it to someone who complains about aching knees. Someone who struggles with stiffness. Someone who has started believing discomfort is simply part of aging. Pain isolates. Knowledge reconnects. Information creates options. And options create change. Leave a comment below and tell me which of these oils you are going to try first. Because behind every comment is a real story. A real body. A real experience. Someone who may be feeling discouraged. Someone searching for relief. Someone hoping, even quietly, to feel like themselves again. And sometimes, your words become encouragement for someone else. Remember something deeply important. Strength is rarely lost overnight. But neither is it rebuilt overnight. The body changes gradually. Which means improvement also happens gradually. Through repetition. Through consistency. Through awareness. Through choices made when no one else is watching. Your future mobility is being shaped right now. In ordinary moments. In ordinary meals. In ordinary habits. The kitchen is not just a place for cooking. It is one of the most powerful biological influence centers in your daily life. Quietly affecting inflammation. Recovery. Cellular support. Tissue resilience. Long-term function. Aging itself is not the true enemy. Unchecked inflammation is. Neglect is. Unaware habits are. But the remarkable truth is this. Many of these factors remain within your influence. You are not powerless. Your trajectory is not fixed. Your body is still responding. Still adapting. Still capable of change. Thank you for spending this moment with Vital Health. Where we believe that protecting your health does not require extremes, only awareness, consistency, and smarter decisions repeated over time. Stay mindful. Stay intentional. Stay patient with your body. And most importantly, stay moving. Because movement is freedom. Movement is independence. Movement is confidence. Movement is life. I'll see you in the next video.